Shout out Sniper T on the beat.
Tamara to the break of dawn is on the rise, with life on the forefront of the mind. So line for line, you can ride this brain train and you can change your station without even touching the dial. So relax, stay a little bit, but listen for a while. And whether you're bumping this in the whip or in a business fit, it's a meeting you won't want to miss. A meeting for a meal to feed the soul with words for the mind. So sit back, enjoy the ride. Time to take off, it's time to fly. Cause Tamara till the break of dawn is on the rise.
Hey y'all, hey, it's me, Tamara, hey, and that boy Vaughn on the track. All right, so yes, that boy Vaughn on the track. Hey,
how y'all doing?
What? Okay, anyway, so welcome back to the show. Thank you so much for tuning in. If you're new, thank you for giving me a try, checking me out and whatnot. New episodes come every Thursday, hot like fire, like that boy Vaughn on the track. All right, so yeah, new episodes every Thursday. If you're listening and you want, check the visuals. Follow me on social media, Twitter, the Instagram, like the Facebook page. The website is tamerthedawn.com, which is in the episode notes. That's where you can access all of my social media, the blog, the merchandise, all that good stuff, which right now, through the end of February, what are you doing? Everything.
I'm being your hype man.
Oh, okay. I just all of a sudden, anyways. So through the end of February, what is it? Oh, it's what am I trying to say? Come to me. Free shipping through the end of February. So the promo code is TamTam12 when you get some merchandise. You feel me? Let's see what other announcements. Podcast happy hour, y'all. We got another live show coming out on Saturday, February 20th. It's at 9 Eastern, 8 Central, 6 Pacific. It'll be hosted on Autumn's platform. So the link to her Twitter and all my podcast happy hour sisters, the links to their Twitters are in the episode notes. I had to just do the Twitter because it was getting to be like stuff wouldn't fit in my episode notes. But the links to their shows are on their Twitter. You know what I'm saying? I've still got you so you can follow them. But yeah, we finna do, and it's Black History Month, y'all. So yes. Autumn it's about to be, what she say, blackity black. It's just about to be a black ass podcast happy hour on February 20th, which is a Saturday, 9/8/6. You feel me? All right.
Be there, be square.
Yes, so if you are listening and if you're watching, you've been seeing my guest sitting here. So this is my oldest, my only son. Y'all have heard my daughters on here. Kayleana even had a solo episode. Then there was an episode back in like May with her and Janae. This is DeVaun's first time on the platform. You know what I'm saying? This is my oldest. He is 21. Which is just crazy. He's like this whole man, you know what I'm saying? But I wanted to have him on the show, and I'm going to have my youngest on too. So that was the goal, to get all of them on the show. Yep, stay tuned for that, you know what I'm saying? And so I'm going to, like I started with Kayleana, I'm going to do the same thing with Janae. I've always seen these Facebook statuses where it's like, ask your kids these questions without prompting and write down their first response. But I've never done them because I was not about to ask these questions, type all this stuff out. So this is the time I get to do it, and then it's recorded, and we'll just see what he says. You ready?
I'm nervous.
See how you will.
You
know
I don't
me.
know what you finna ask me.
You nervous?
No, but at the same time, I don't know. We're gonna see. Let's see how this goes.
Yeah. It's not nothing too hard, or like you got to research a bunch of stuff to
you
know.
Ain't saying nothing.
Nah, it's more so about what you know about me. Yeah. So what's something I say a lot?
What do you say a lot? You say a lot of things.
Okay. Pick a phrase. There's no wrong answer. It's whatever you think.
I wish the N-word would try to shoot me in my foot.
Oh yeah. Okay. Y'all, a long
story.
time ago, I had I don't even know where I got, I don't know, but
you had a foot injury because you was moving into the house and you dropped something on your foot.
Oh, see, I had forgot that. Okay, so we were moving. He said, hurt my foot. And then I don't know how something came about somebody saying it seemed like I got shot in my foot. And I was like, I wish a ninja would try to shoot my foot. Blocka, 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 pop, pop.
Randomly,
You know
though,
what
like, it wouldn't be like she'll let you know what she'll say. Like, you could walk past her and she'll just yell. And you can't do nothing but get scared because you're like, we're all in the same house, in the same area.
Yeah, man. So that was many years ago. So okay. Next question. What makes me happy?
Yo, coffee.
That's so funny because I was reaching for the TAM special. Yes.
If you don't have your coffee, I don't talk to you until you have it. And if you run out, it's like it hasn't been a time when I've been around you where she ran out of coffee.
Let me clarify, y'all. He's talking about regular coffee. Like every morning I have a cup of black coffee. So he's not talking about the TAM special. He's talking about coffee. And
Black History Month
they really like to me, I don't seem like, oh my gosh, I'm gonna be a crazy person. Okay. Clearly, the way you're looking at me, I know Janae and Kayleana have said it too. Whatever. See, I tell my kids be themselves when they come on here.
Yeah.
And as you could, don't mess with that. And as you could say, see, they just be themselves. So this is what it's like me parenting. You know what I'm saying? Okay, so what makes me sad?
When people touch your stuff.
That doesn't make me sad. It makes me mad more than anything. But
to be honest, I don't. How can I say this? You seem like you're a happy person, so I don't know what makes you sad. Like all the times I do see her sad, it's like, I'll get over it. 5 minutes, 5 seconds, maybe 20 seconds. We'll see.
Yeah, I don't like to be down. All right. So how tall am I?
You 5 something.
Well, yeah.
5'6".
Nah, 5'9".
Okay, I was some.
You was in the 5s. You feel me?
I was right there.
What's my favorite thing to do?
Read your Bible.
That sounds good, but no. I mean, it's not that I don't like it, but I ain't even gonna let these people think that I really
Bible thumper. You don't like reading your Bible?
Oh no, you didn't. No, you didn't. But I mean, I read it, but that was cute. That was a good, safe answer. I appreciate that. See, you know what it is. All right, what's my favorite food?
I know you've been eating like really healthy and stuff, so you haven't been eating like your whole food, but
right.
You try a lot of new things, so I don't know about that one.
Yeah, I don't really have a favorite. Well, like sweet potato fries or anything sweet potato related. Y'all. So I made some nachos like a couple weeks ago. We had a game night with my oldest daughter's boyfriend and my youngest daughter's best friend, because he had to let's talk about how yeah DeVaun had to work, air quotes is what he told Kayleana, but I checked this dude's location and it never left his address. But I just let you hoop. I was like, because also Kayleana did ask you last minute, and I had told her when we planned this, tell your brother, because this was her idea. Yeah.
Listen, it's not like I didn't want to come, because truth be told, I didn't want to be her boyfriend.
Right.
But I mean, y'all say he's nice, so.
And you'll meet him. We're gonna probably, I told them, maybe start doing them once a month, like how we used to do the squad reunions.
Oh my god!
But it ain't gonna be all that, because it ain't gonna be all that. It's gonna be a game night. And anyways, yeah, we'll talk offline about that. But
yes,
so he had to work, and so he didn't come.
But to be told, I want to see you there deep down inside.
Yeah, and so, but the work was air quotes. He was playing the game, which is what he posted on his IG story. Cause yeah, man. But I just let you slide because
What?
sometimes I be seeing stuff with y'all, and you gotta choose your battles with. And you're an adult, so but you could have just been like, that's last minute or whatever. But anyways,
How
okay.
could I say that to my little siblings?
So lying is better.
No, that ain't even.
Right. You could have just said what it was, and it would have been what it is. And so I made nachos that night. Is the whole reason I brought this up. And I found some sweet potato tortilla chips.
Huh?
Yes, fire! Like anything sweet potato right now. Sweet potato fries, roasted sweet potatoes.
I know what I'm gonna get you for your birthday.
Is like no, don't give me no sweet potatoes.
A bag of sweet potatoes.
I mean,
I bet you'll cook them all.
I mean, yeah, I'm gonna cook them, but you know
There
what
we
I'm
go.
saying. All right, so what's my favorite drink?
Like juice.
Just whatever drink comes to mind. I could see it in your eyes that you was trying to qualify. You feel me? I see how you trying to be solid, but it's cool.
Yeah,
You could whatever drink comes to mind.
I mean, I ain't gonna say too much. Fireball.
That was my favorite at one point. Yes, it was. All right. So if I could go anywhere, where would it be?
New York.
All right. Yep. A lot of my family lives up there, like on my bio dad's side, my mom's side too.
R.I.P. Pop Smoke, by the way, one of my favorite New York
All right. Do you think you could live without me?
rappers.
I didn't expect you to think about that.
No, I was thinking because I really, to be honest with you, if you understand me and her relationship, you'll realize I go to her about relationship advice. So when I like a girl or something, by the way, ladies, I'm single and 21.
Oh my gosh. Lord.
Like I could go
Which
to my
also, I just got to pause real quick because we were talking about this as we were getting situated. It's so funny because as y'all look, you probably think this dude is short. This dude is 6'7", and
Exactly.
so the way he's sitting and also my chair is higher than his.
Like she
so,
got wheels in motion.
yeah,
I got
okay.
little
Okay.
little
This is my work
drumsticks,
chair. You feel me?
I got
Yeah,
drumsticks.
whatever. But so it's just funny because he's not as short as he appears. He's literally 6'7".
But I go to her about relationship advice. Like my dad, I go to him about relationship advice. But when I really want to get to know,
You can't be whispering. I don't even know if that's gonna pick it up.
Probably not. So like when I really want to know how to like treat a girl right, I always come to her. She laughs because it never fails. I'm like, Mom, I'll talk to you about something. She's like, what is it? Who's it this time?
Yeah.
Like dang.
So that means yes or no that you could live without me because you
No.
still okay.
And also, I want to touch on this subject because I'm actually doing better. But at a certain age, she'll tell you I used to be girl crazy, non-stop. Like when I tell y'all I was thirsty, I was like, I just had one cup. I want 20 more cups.
Oh my god.
Type thirsty. Like you feel me? Like you feel where I'm coming from? So I think, to be honest, how can I put this? I'm not that thirsty no more.
Thank God. All right. So
wow, that's how you feel.
I'm just saying we gotta, how do I annoy you?
Oh
wow. Hold up. How you had to think about all this stuff when I asked, do you think you could live without me? But when I ask you, how do I annoy you? Ooh, it just came right to your mind. But okay.
No, listen, because I had to think about what I was gonna say. Like one thing you do to get on my nerves. When we used to get in trouble, you'll hit us like, you'll say, now, I only punish you because I love you. You don't love, so do you not love me to the point where you want to punish me?
Oh my gosh.
Like, you feel where I'm coming from? Like, I only punish you because I love you. So what's up when you don't punish me?
Oh my gosh. Really, DeVaun?
Like,
Okay.
yeah, like we need to know like today on this
Oh,
stream.
so we gotta go all into that right now. Okay.
Even though we did some stuff as children
right,
that drove her
so
crazy,
let's go
like
there.
leaving holes in the walls.
No, let's get it. You want to really get into your choices on here? Nah, we ain't about to get into all your.
Oh no,
no, we not getting into that. So I'll just say this: as a parent, if a child gives you a consequence, because it's funny, as I've gotten older, and I think because I've been working in the social work field longer, I don't like the word punish anymore. So I usually try to say consequences as I'm giving my youngest consequences. I'm also older now, like I'm 40, whereas
AKA
I had
35
years. No, AKA I need to be 40 if you're 21. I can't be 35 and you're 21. Do the math. No, sir. So I had him when I was 19. And so I really grew up with him. Like all of my adulthood has been as a parent. And so you know what I'm saying? And so
you didn't even get to enjoy your 20s.
Nah. With consequences though, if I gave you a consequence, you earned it. And usually there was a lesson you needed to be learning or something. So yes, I gave you a consequence because I love you. Because if I didn't care, I would have let you continue on down that path to wherever, that would have led you.
Like, you know what I wish? Like, I wish they could have a day where children give parents consequences so they know how we felt. Like, all the time she used to take my phone.
You know how many days I had that in my childhood when I got consequences from your grandma. So
hey, grandma.
Yeah. She gonna watch this when she sees her grandson. Now I'm not gonna say like my mom has never listened to any episode or whatever, but it's just funny because when Kayliana was here and she saw, y'all know how I do the promo clips on social media, so she saw it on my Facebook and she's like, oh yeah, I gotta listen, or maybe she said watch so I could support my grandchild. And I just kind of thought how, me as her daughter, I have a show every
like, where's my support?
A week. I'm not gonna say she doesn't support me though. That's why I had to clarify that, because she's going to listen to this episode, and I don't want no text messages.
And she will dial that number.
All right, so this one should be super easy. What's my favorite TV show?
Oh, Power.
Yeah, I was about to say.
Because listen, I'm mad that show ended. If y'all listen, I've been watching that show since season 1. And the fact that Tariq, and then it's the fact that y'all justifying that he killed his daddy. Right or wrong, if he cheated on Tasha or not, you don't kill your parent, no matter how many times they cheated.
Yeah.
Said they was not going to cheat again.
Yeah.
Said they loved you. Said you was their earth.
Right.
I would have did the same thing. Let me stop lying. I wish somebody would.
Man, you wouldn't have.
You'll help me burn the clothes.
All right, moving on. So, what is my favorite music to listen to?
You listen to a lot of 90s. That's why I listen to 90s. Like, I never used to listen to 90s as like me in middle school. I never used to listen to 90s. But going into high school, I started listening to Boys to Men, Jodeci, Jazzy Dead, Shy.
Let me tell y'all how this dude tried to.
Did you finna say what I think?
Try to make it sound like he knows more Jodeci songs than me. I'm like, boy, I was there. Like, your name is DeVaun because I wanted to name you Devontae, but your dad was like, this ain't Jodeci. But he did compromise and let me get DeVaun. Shout out to him.
And Devontae, don't try to copyright your name on this stream either.
All right.
We don't do that this way, sir.
What's my job?
A social worker. Like, you handle cases.
Yep. And that's so funny because I'm not even sure that your sisters, that Kayliana got that right, but I can't remember. How old am I?
40.
What's my favorite color?
Purple.
That is one of them. Yep, pink and purple. How much do you love me?
I'm gonna say that off air.
Okay. Well, there we go, y'all. I guess
I should give y'all answer. So if any of y'all try to date my mama,
sir.
Huh?
No, none of them are trying to date me. Good. No. Okay, so moving on. What would you say is like a favorite or funny childhood memory?
When grandma threw that barbecue the day she got her trampoline, and all the kids, she's literally promised. She said me, Kayliana, and Janae could get on that thing first. Next thing you know, 10 kids done bum rush all of us. I'm sitting here like screaming, "Where's my mom at?" I'm ready. I'm talking about, so they done took my trampoline. She's like, "Grandma said you could share, but she said we can get on it first." We didn't end up getting on it by ourselves till like the next day because everybody was trampoline.
Hey man, don't be putting. Oh, I guess I'm glad I ain't put her. We don't do last names around here. I might have to bleep that out, or I might. Yeah, I'm gonna cut that out. So nobody was gonna be on my mom's trampoline, is what he had said.
And next thing you know, she said, "I think I want to throw a barbecue. You think I should throw a barbecue? I'm gonna go to the store."
That's how your grandma sounds.
Yes, you make sure we all scrub a dub in the tub, squeaky clean and stuff like that. I go to the backyard. We on the trampoline by ourselves for a minute. I guarantee you it was a minute. Next thing you know, I see kids coming around the side of the house, kicking their shoes off and stuff like they live here. Like, who do you think y'all is?
They about to get on the trampoline.
No, that was not the plan. The plan was me, Kayliana, and Janae. Not me, Kayliana, and Janae, the neighbor's kid, the down the street, around the block. Yeah. And I'm just like, whoa.
Yeah. It's crazy.
I was heated.
Yeah. All right. So my conversation with DeVaun is going to be, well, my conversation with all my kids are going to be different because you're going to kind of get a feel for them. I don't know why. As I said, this show is part of me leaving my legacy to them so that when I'm dead and gone, and I know DeVaun.
Listen, it's coronavirus. You can't be saying dead and gone.
I mean, but you act like that every time. Like, okay, well, anyways. Trying to have visuals and audio that they can listen to of just, because I'm sure they don't listen to every episode now. I don't know what they do, and it doesn't matter. The point is,
I do hear it like 3:00 in the morning. I'll find myself.
Why are you whispering?
I don't know. 3:00 in the morning, I'll find myself like, if I'm tired of watching TikToks, I'm tired of watching YouTube videos, I'll try to find your Twitter or your Facebook. Well, I know I got your Facebook, but I'll try to find your Twitter and stuff so I can go watch it and listen to it.
Oh, I'm glad that after all of your... No, I'm just kidding. I appreciate that. I'm just kidding. But when I'm gone, they'll have, you know what I'm saying? And so it's interesting because with DeVaun, so all of my kids have like a creative side. Like Kayliana can sing.
She needs to stop playing because she think I'm playing with her. I'm gonna get her on the song, okay?
Well, wait, we'll get there. You jumping ahead. I got you.
Oh my goodness gracious!
This the segue to that. Okay, so Kayliana can sing. Kayliana also can draw. She didn't get that from me. I can't draw. She got that from her dad. She didn't get singing from me either. So y'all done heard me, especially if you watch the karaoke. Hey man, watch out. It ain't that funny. Anyways, the karaoke, if y'all saw that, you know it is what it is. But, and then Janae, she writes like me. She can draw too. She can sing too. So all of my kids are creative. And DeVaun, it's funny because since he was little, he's always been, like, I knew with him, I could get on him on here and us not even have a topic and he'll just talk because that's how I am. And so with DeVaun, I remember since he was little, I have a specific memory when we lived in the South Omaha house where
my favorite, all my homies.
But listen, you were sitting at the dining room table making this whole YouTube thing about, and I just remember you talking about Kevin Hart's, that was when Frost Without You or Lost Without You or whatever his remix was out. So you was talking about that and that blah blah blah. And so like since he was young, I've seen where he's always been a clown, or oh my gosh, remember this dude did a stand-up comedy show at the Hope Center.
Shout out all my Hope Center family. I love y'all and I miss y'all so much.
Yeah.
R.I.P. Ty and Terry. I miss y'all with everything in my heart.
Yep. Shout out to them. But he did a comedy show.
Everybody loved it.
Is that how you remember it?
Listen, y'all
is
was
that
laughing.
how you remember it?
Y'all was laughing.
I mean, there was some laughter happening. Some of it, yeah, there was some laughter happening. There was some laughter happening.
Not all of it was the laughter I wanted, but you know what I'm saying.
Yeah, it was laughter though. You're right. You got some laughs.
I got y'all too. Yeah, so it's all good.
Yeah, he did a comedy show, so he's just always been that one that has always aspired to do whatever and something with entertaining. Like he's had a YouTube channel with gaming, like as an adult.
And I still have it too.
Oh, I know.
I just don't like. I posted one video last night, and it felt like, man, I'm really abandoning this channel.
Okay, so he's always been my child that's been like the entertainer, the one who's trying to be funny or say funny things on social media or whatever. So more recently though, within the past couple months, it's been 3 months. Yeah, I knew it hasn't been that long. Apparently y'all like I didn't know this was going to be a part of my life when I became a parent. I didn't know that in the year 2021 I would be the mother of a SoundCloud rapper.
And listen, I thought the same thing. I'm like, this was shocking me because when I first did my first song, I'm like, okay, boom, bow, let's see how it sounds and stuff. I was like, it's a hit. I got to do more.
So, and I'm laughing because, and we've talked about this. So like, I didn't want, because we haven't had a conversation really seriously about me noticing that he's doing music. Like he'll send me songs or screenshot of this. And then I've listened to like every song just to see, because it's like, it wasn't something that he really talked about. But also, as I've talked about on here, and I kind of got into this a little bit last week in the Movie Tears episode with Baylor and Cedric, shout out to them. But it's like the support that I feel like I want, no shade, but I don't get like I want or feel like I've needed in more so now, but like creative projects before, no, not really. And so because of that, I know how that feels, you know what I'm saying? And so I really try to be as supportive as possible. So we'll talk about different stuff, but this wasn't ever something that he ever was like, oh, I want to rap, that I can remember. Not vocally. You were more about, you wanted to be a YouTuber. Like that's what you would say.
Yeah, and like at first I was shocked when I started doing music as well. Cause like, you know, when you have that thing you want to try no matter what. I've been wanting to do music since I was like 7 or 8 years old.
So what made you want to start doing music?
To be honest, because I was in high school and like, you know how you like all the dudes that be watching my mom streaming stuff, you know, when you in high school with your friends and y'all freestyling, it's just you doing it to be funny. I was doing it to be fun and to have funny stuff to say. Like, I didn't think some of the stuff was going to come together like it did. And like, they was like, oh, well, because my homie Sean, he told me, he's like, bro, you got like talent, you should take it. And then my homie EJ, we just was chilling one day in this room. And I said, EJ, he was like, what's up? I'm like, hop on this song with me. And we did it. And it's like.
So this was as adulthood.
Yeah. This is like,
so this is when you just started.
Yeah. Like,
okay. I just wanted to make sure I'm tracking with you because I'm kind of learning about this, you know.
But nobody knew. Everybody, it's a shocking to everybody because when I tell you I wasn't telling nobody I was doing this, I wanted this to be a surprise. I wasn't posting my music on Facebook at first. I was just posting it on SoundCloud. SoundCloud. Duh, that's where I put all my music at. Snapchat and Instagram and Twitter. Those was my main 3 sources at first. And then I said, you know what? It's a new year. I want to go into this year just being myself and doing what I want to do.
Mm-hmm.
So I posted on Facebook one day, and I was so dead after I made this post. I was like, I'm dropping my twerking song tonight, just randomly, and I have two. I have three. I only dropped two.
So I don't see any of your Facebook posts. I actually had to unfollow you a long time ago because adult DeVaun on Facebook. Nah, I'm so some of the stuff like with my kids.
I calmed down
Oh
though, like,
yeah, because with my kids, we talk about pretty much
and
everything.
it was like it was bad to the point where they was blocking me for. I got blocked.
Who you get blocked by?
Mark Zuckerberg.
Oh,
I'm
but
tired of him. He blocked me for 30 days on my
blocked.
birthday.
Oh, like you couldn't get on your Facebook.
Yeah, I was blocked
Okay, I
for
thought
30
you
days.
meant.
And my
I thought you
birthday
meant
passed.
people.
I couldn't even say thank you to everybody who's wishing me happy birthday. Like, Mark, if you see this, stop it. Stop.
Hey man, we not gonna
Stop it, please.
we not gonna cry about Facebook on people. Anyways, he ain't about to see this, but yeah, I had to unfollow you. So I didn't see any of this. I just all of a sudden he just texted me one day and like sent me a screen, and I was like, wait, huh? So he sent me his SoundCloud link. So I I just go to it pretty frequently because I'll see him he'll text me stuff or I'll see stuff on Instagram that he'll be sharing, and so then I'll go to his SoundCloud and listen to his songs. And it's interesting because what I love about okay, so let's back up a little bit before I go there. What I love about the fact that he's doing this, remember I was talking about how different all my kids are, and he's the only one that I see actually like using his talent, using his giftings, because since my kids were little, I've been like, hey, you could sing, tap into that, or you could do this, tap into that. Not like trying to become famous or whatever, but I don't know. I've always been someone who's needed a creative outlet, and I've talked about that on here, and they've seen it growing up. They saw me doing spoken word. They saw when I got off into music for a little bit. I'm kind of just like that. And this is the crazy thing though, is that DeVaun has always, for years, as far back as I can remember, called me himself my twin. And it's like I never but see, I see your dad when I look at you. I do. I see your dad. Like I don't see me. And I don't see me in
I see it a little bit.
I don't see me in Kayliana and Janae either. And when I posted our clip with me and Kayliana, so many people either text me or comment or whatever and was like, that's your twin. And that's what people say, but I just don't see it. But it's interesting because as I see DeVaun, you as the creator and the creative, and just your grind, you know what I'm saying, and just your mindset of I'm just gonna try this, and I'll see you saying like I'm gonna grow and I'm trying to find my sound and I'm trying to do this, that, and the other, and then me listening to your songs and see like because you've literally uploaded, I mean, what, 8 songs?
Hey, and that ain't even nothing because, like, the way I do stuff, okay, I'll just do it like this. I do songs, I'll release the ones like that I'll send people snippets of.
Mm-hmm.
But truth be told, altogether, I got 18 unreleased songs that nobody heard.
Mm-hmm.
And it's all on my phone, it's on my laptop, all that. I got 18 unreleased songs. So when I do songs, it's just like, I'll do a song like, that's what I do. I'll listen to it and I'm like, okay, I like this. I'm going to do this. I try all different styles. I don't try to like, I don't want to sound like everybody. I don't want to sound like everybody else. We are talking about some Louis Vuitton on my wrist. Yeah.
But what I love about it though is that you're just kind of starting and you're like, I'm just, and you can see the growth of, and you're doing all the production and doing all that and doing the cover art. And so when I see you just creating and in that zone and desiring to grow, that's like the first time in the last 3 months where I saw myself in him. So it's like what I'm learning as my kids are older and like they're old enough to be more vocal about and even understand their thoughts and feelings or whatever a little bit more. I'm learning that like my kids know me better than I know myself, or like they see the way they see me, I'm understanding it more now. And so I see the grind, and that's how I am. Like I do everything with my podcast, then there's the blog, then there's, this other stuff I'm working on that y'all will see when it comes out or whatever. But then like I'm seeing all these things in you, and that's when I'm like, wow, like he's been saying he's my twin, and he's the only one who's out here like really trying to have like a creative outlet. Like music is new, but he's always been, kind of like, I want to do something, But then also, even music aside, and we'll come back to it because I want to talk about the Mama Said song. But even that aside, what do you want to, what career field do you want to get into?
This is when she's really gonna say I'm her twin. To be honest, I want to work with children.
Mm-hmm.
Like I always wanted to work with children, because most people don't understand, and they be shocked when I say this. If you think about it, if you want to work with children like so bad, you can't start with middle school, you can't start with high school, because you got to start with elementary kids. Because if you think about it, elementary kids, they're looking for guidance. Like they think they're going to school just to have snack time, movies, all that. No, y'all are here to learn, but we want y'all to have fun and be in a safe environment. So I always wanted to be like a counselor, or something like a counselor that kids can go to whenever they need to talk. Because I'm not gonna like get into detail about my life, but I'm not perfect, but I done stuff that I shouldn't have done. But we're not gonna get into that, because it's not like I didn't kill nobody. Like, hey, give me your purse right now, I'll shoot you. I never did that. It's just I did stuff that people, when they hear me, they could be like, wow, I could relate, because I'm not trying to like make people feel bad for me. I want to move past the situations, and I want to figure out what I could do next to try to not do that again.
Right. And so
that part.
He's the one who has said he wants to be a social worker, which I'm in the social work field. And so it's just interesting that like as he's gotten older, just watching all my kids just grow, and the people they grow to be. But I wanted to come on here just like I promote podcasters and I'm doing the Black Business Spotlights during Black Business Month. Black Business Month, Black History Month, and just like that, I want to promote that. I'm the mother of a SoundCloud rapper. No, it's so funny because I said, and it's like it's just funny because of all the stigma and the jokes about SoundCloud rappers. But the reality is, whatever your passion is, you got to start somewhere. So it is what it is. Like if you look at my podcast and you look at the growth, I just started and had at least a starting point to at least kind of do something and then grow from there. So like literally no shade, but it's just funny because as I kind of like watch you releasing all these songs and
I have a YouTube as well. I just figured out how to like upload my songs on YouTube. So the next for me is to figure out how to do it for Apple to Spotify.
All right. Well,
on my own.
Oh, you don't? Okay. Well, I guess on your own. So,
wait, you know how to do that?
I don't necessarily. It's something that I could help you figure out because that's
I'm gonna take that back. She's about to tell me.
Yeah, you can't whisper.
She gonna help me figure it out.
I'll say you can't whisper, and it's mainly just because I don't know if it'll pick it up, and I don't want it to be dead air or whatever. But lost my train of thought. Yeah, I'm gonna put the link to all your stuff in the episode notes. And so you even made me lose my train of thought. It's cool. It's cool. We just gonna move on. So yeah, he wanted to be a social worker or whatever, and just this is the child that I'm starting to understand. I guess I'm starting to see the way he viewed me. And that's kind of like I've learned a ton about myself through my kids because there are things I see in them that I'm like, I'm the same way. And like with honestly with Janae, as much as it's been a struggle with just different things that we've gone through, it's kind of like I've learned a ton about myself. And honestly, I've gained freedom to be able to like own and be okay with how I feel like the times I struggle, because I'm harder on myself than I need to be. She is too, but it's just interesting how much I learn about myself and see myself in my kids as they're getting older and kind of coming more into their own of like who they are, especially my adult children, because it's kind of like they hit this age. Kayliana hit it early, where it's like, okay, I'm an adult now, so I can be real or I can be me. You know what I'm saying? Whereas, so for her especially, I feel like I maybe don't know her as well as I thought, because, or I'm learning her and she's learning herself and stuff like that. But you wanted to make it a point to tell everybody that you're single. So you wanted to make it a point to tell everyone that. But let's talk about some of your dating choices and why I say things like it's no, let me finish. Like why I say things like, oh, here it's another one and this, that, and the other, because this is how my son is. He is so just wants to dive, which that sounds crazy. Like
This is before.
But I'm not even talking about that. But anyways, I feel like he falls too quickly. That's it. Like falls too has, but then he's gotten hurt, and so I'm noticing as you're getting older, you're kind of slowing down and stuff like that, and coming to me more and maybe trying to go slower. Things I've been telling him. And so like he'll get into these relationships and it always starts the same. It's like, Mom, but now he waits a little bit longer to tell me about people. I've noticed before he used to tell me right away, and without fail, within like 2 weeks, I'll ask about the girl or whatever.
Ooh, I got
and then it just ain't even on there. I don't know if we want to do examples.
Not like that. Like it was one girl who my mom was like, oh, how did she find my Facebook? I'm still to this day trying to figure out how she found my mama's Facebook.
And that's the thing too, is that
I didn't give it to her.
Because I've always had a heart for youth. It's kind of like, and I don't know, I just always think this is somebody's child, and I wouldn't want to hear that somebody's somebody's parent was mistreating my child or whatever. And so I always, though with teenagers, to the best of my ability, I usually just treat them like my own. So when we were talking about the squad reunion earlier, shout out to the squad. That was youth that I had a really good relationship with, that even after I no longer worked with them, I still would have a little get together or whatever. They were all cool with my kids, foods, movies, whatever, stuff like that. And so usually everyone that they ever date, they like me. But then what it becomes is this thing is that like one of the girls like found me on Facebook, messaging me because he wasn't responding to her text messages. And I'm like, and the thing about it is, that was the first time me ever meeting her. So
exactly, like I didn't want you to meet my mama. You trying to sit here and tell on me?
Yeah, like, and I don't know what
snitches get stitches.
We don't put our hands on females, son.
Not like that. I don't know.
I'm about to say we don't do that.
I got too many sisters. I'm crazy for that.
Yeah, but it's just so with him with dating, it's just but now I kind of, because it's like you want to save your kids. Like I said when Kayliana is on here, it's a crazy balance right now parenting adult children and like watching them maybe make mistakes or watching them make choices that aren't the greatest, or you're trying to like stop them from having to go through stuff, and then they're just dead set on doing things their way or doing their own thing or being grown or whatever. And so it's hard parenting adult kids, because I have to remember they are adults. And also I'm who I am because of the lessons I've learned, and some of my lessons were very, very painful lessons. Um, so yeah. Speaking of lessons, I wanted to get back to the Mama song. That's what.
Ooh.
So, I remember DeVaun was promoting. I'm about to drop. Mama said, and the cover art for this episode is the same cover art that he created for
By myself.
the Mama Said song. Yeah. And so it's funny because I remember telling his sisters, and I already told him this, that I'm like, if this boy, and it's not like DeVaun is a liar, but I just think about rappers who say stuff that
6ix9ine, for example. I'm sick of you.
Yeah. So
I'm so tired of him. It's like every time I see him post something, it's like, y'all took all these other rappers, but y'all cannot
stop whispering.
Y'all took all these other rappers, but y'all can't seem to take 6ix9ine. It's just like really bothering me.
Hey
like,
man, we're not gonna be speaking death on this platform, sir. We speak life.
We
speak life. We speak.
We
gonna move.
Thoughts.
We're gonna move on. So
it's crazy.
No.
N-O.
Yeah, no. Okay. So
N-O.
But see okay, let me think about this. What was I talking about?
Rappers be doing
rappers be lying. See, thank you. So rappers be lying and doing stuff for clout or whatever. So I remember when I saw that he was dropping a song called Mama Said, and I was like, I told his sisters jokingly, I was like, if he be lying on this song, I'm about to drop a diss episode.
With me on it though.
Yeah. So,
wow.
I mean, I was joking. I would never really do that, but it's just funny. And my kids know I be clowning. But when I listen to the song, and so this is the interesting thing about this is the hard part, I guess, about him doing music, but it is what it is that so with my kids, my family, whatever, to the best of my ability, I try to keep some separation between them and like the greater rest of the world. So that's why when Kayliana was on here, I didn't put any of her social media stuff in there. That's why if I ever post a picture of my kids on Twitter or Instagram, I don't tag them in anything. And I explained to them before I became a podcaster, like, hey, now that I'm, opening myself up to more of like people that I don't know, the public or whatever have you, I'm not going to tag y'all and stuff. I'm still going to do my birthday videos for y'all every year that I do and stuff like that. But I kind of explained that to him. So that's the interesting thing about him doing music though, is because he's in Clubhouse and he'll, tell me about different things on there, or he's already on SoundCloud, or really just already but he's a man though, he's 21. So that's the interesting thing about, having him do music and almost like having to share him with the world. Because even as I was talking to my pod sisters about the fact that he's doing music, and they said they wanted to hear a song, I was like, well, not yet, because it's like they've interacted with Kayliana and Janae and this, that, and the other. They've never interacted with him, and so there's that part of me that's like,
pod sisters and aunties.
that's like wanting to protect them from the world, but I don't know. I realize you can't too much, especially when he's out here doing whatever. So
I'm still your little baby. It's okay.
You a hoe. I mean, yeah, you are. You are. It's weird. It's weird having adult children. It's weird because I don't even feel old enough to, I don't know, to have a 21, 18, and 17-year-old. But yeah, hey man, y'all, sidebar, and then I'm gonna get back to Mama Said song. So I had an eye exam last week, and last week from, of course, the time that I'm recording this, and as you can see, I wear glasses, and it's been a couple years since my last exam, and I just feel like ever since I turned 40, I just feel like my eyes have been my vision has been kind of weird. So I'm like, well, I probably need a new exam, because that kind of happens a little bit when I need to change whatever. And then I wanted to get some glareless glasses, because these are not the glasses that y'all see on these videos are not my actual everyday glasses that I wear. These are an older pair, but they're glareless, and I don't like the glare, so I got some glareless lenses or whatever. But I was talking to the doctor about how weird my eyes have been, and then he did my eye exam and then did some other little tests and was like, yeah, so I mean, I'm not going to do it now because it's not enough of an issue for you to actually, like, I wouldn't like it if he did it now, basically. But this dude said I might need bifocals in a year or two, and I'm right.
Aren't those like big glasses?
No, sir. No, this just the line. When you have the line in the lens. Hey, man, watch out. Because I knew you was about to laugh. Man, shut up, dude.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, so he said that, and I've been like sad ever since because I'm just like, first of all, I'm getting tired of glasses. I've been wearing glasses since I was 10. I don't like contacts anymore. Yes, since I was 10. I don't like contacts anymore because I just feel like my allergies be out of control and my eyes are always itchy. And I don't feel like dealing with that. That's why I don't even do any type of makeup anymore, honestly, but never was heavy into like mascara and stuff like that because my eyes be itching. And so, yeah, he said that or whatever. But as I've kind of talked about on here, so DeVaun doesn't live with me. He's lived with his dad since he was 2, a little before he turned 2, actually. When we split, and I've said this on here before, his dad said that he wanted him to live with him because he didn't grow up with his dad. And because I didn't grow up with my dad, my bio dad, nor my stepdad, who is my dad or whatever, I didn't really grow up with either of them because I didn't get back into relationship with my dad, like my stepdad. Notice I always say bio dad, so I ain't talking about him. I didn't get back into relationship with my dad until I was like 30. So we sparingly talked between 18 and 30. So I didn't grow up with any of that. So like, to me, I was like, yeah, like I felt like I was giving my son something I didn't have. And then ultimately, when my relationship with the girl's dad, it was I don't go a ton into depth about it on here because he's no longer living. And I just feel like I forgave him before he died. I have talked about stuff, but I don't like, and I wasn't on that bashing him and all that anyway, because like I said, I forgave him, but I'm definitely not about to just put that out in the atmosphere forever. Like, that's not what I want my platform to be. But with DeVaun, if I'm honest, there's been guilt, though, about the fact that now he's always been with his dad. So it's not like, I mean, when a couple breaks up, you're going to live with either the mom or the dad. Like, that's how it goes. It's usually the mom. That's usually how it goes, but not always.
That's what I saw in the movies.
Yeah, that's what of course, that's what
movies is liars.
Yeah,
they lied to me about high school. Where was all the desserts for my lunch? Instead, I had y'all get an attitude and put the food on my plate. Like, what's wrong with y'all?
But and so because of that, though, there has been some guilt, and I'm not gonna go a ton into that because I'm not here to talk about different people on this platform. And so because of that, now DeVaun is a mama's boy. We've talked about the time when, like, I've apologized and all these things, and then he was, I want to say 7 when he was 7 when me and their dad split. And so then it's kind of like working towards rebuilding that, and this at the same time as rebuilding my life. And so there's been some guilt, but one thing I could say about him is he's never ever made me feel anything other than loved. And that's why some of my, especially Facebook posts, I don't always do long drawn out Instagram or Twitter for their birthdays, but that's why a lot of his posts always, or when I think about him, I always think, feel like undeserving or feel like the reality of what unconditional love looks like. You know what I mean? Mainly through him, because I feel the most guilt or have, you know what I'm saying, in regards to him. So he made this mama song and I didn't really know what it was going to be about. Like I said, I've listened to at least some of every song. And why I say some is because my kids know the one thing, though we talk about everything, the one topic that I'm not trying to hear details and all this stuff that he be talking about is sex. Like that's a topic where I don't even like hearing my kids sing like songs with sexual lyrics, not because there's any shame in sex. I just don't want to hear y'all talk about it or whatever. And so those are the songs where I may be able to gloss over it depending on how in depth you be trying to go with your lyrics on the particular songs. But Mama said there's a specific line in there, and I was with my friend Lindsey. Shout out to her. She's the one who does my intro and outro.
I'll explain the lyric to you. Go ahead, you can say it.
Yeah. So, the lyric was talking about, you know, you wasn't always there for me, but it was for certain reasons. And I had to pause. This was like early in the beginning of the song. And I had to pause the song, and like the song actually made me cry, you know what I'm saying? Not like fully cry, because I kind of was holding back because I was with someone and I don't really like crying in front of people. But it really made me it took me in my feelings, because what in that moment, what that lyric did for me, because me knowing that this is truth that he's speaking, like I didn't really know what the song was going to be about. But hold on. Let me finish my part first so I don't lose my train of thought. But when I heard that, it did two things for me. One, it let me know that, because I know if it was anything other than that, he would have said something else. Like he wouldn't have just, like he wasn't lying just because whatever. So in that moment, what that let me know is that, one, he really did understand the conversations that we've had about why, because for reasons I won't go into, I wasn't sure, you know what I'm saying? But then also what that let me know is that it like helped eliminate the guilt and the shame that I've been carrying around, because the whole rest of the song was just about like how much he loves me and how no one can ever change that. No one can ever this, that, and the other, and just all this other stuff. And he talked about his dad in there too, but the song was predominantly about me, you know what I'm saying? And it just it's interesting because though it could be such a different way. And the reason why I want to talk about this on here, I'm going to get into something a little heavier, more like on the spiritual side, and you can do with this information as you want, or you know, whatever, because y'all know faith. If you're not new, you know faith is something that's important to me. And so one of the things that I've prayed against with my kids is generational curses, because I'm a firm believer that certain good things, just like y'all see I'm creative, and you'll see it even more as I get into some more of the live shows that I'm going to be doing, which with the live shows, again, those are not going to be audio uploads anymore. It's only, I will leave it up on my YouTube, so I will do that so you can get the visuals, but I just want my live shows to be an experience for the people who are there or the people who watch afterwards. I don't want to do any more like, oh, so-and-so said this, or even whatever. I just want it to be, you know, separation or whatever. But my kids are creative, and I'm not the only creative one. Both of their dads have been into music and different stuff. So it's like, those are just the type of dudes that I've always been drawn to in the past or whatever, is people who were creative like me. But the thing about it is, though, also negative things can be passed down through your kids. And so one of the things that I've really been praying against with my kids for years is generational curses. And it's interesting because what I always thought that meant, or hoped that it meant, or hoped the way it would be play out, would be that they would never experience any of the things that I went through at all. But what I'm seeing in different things that they've gone through is that they have experienced some of the things I wish they never would have experienced that I went through, But what I'm seeing generational curses can just mean is that they're not going to walk it out or have to experience it the way you did. Now, why I'm making that comparison is because as I've talked about my bio dad to this day, no.
He can't say that no more. After being twice, he can't come to none of the cookouts. I'm disappointed in him.
But to this day, still, like, now I don't even try, and I've talked about that on here before. But what I realized in listening to that song, mind you, at the time of this recording, I only heard this song 2 days ago. You know what I'm saying? Like, and I did make sure that I talked to him about how, so this isn't the first time he's hearing this. You know what I'm saying? Like, I made sure that we talked about it first. But it's like what that moment did is that let me realize that me breaking the generational curse for him means that it doesn't mean that, like, he kind of went through the same thing I went through where I wasn't around, and I'm sure my dad has reasons why he feels like he can't be a dad to his only child. I guess that is the case. But for me, what I realized is that there were reasons why I wasn't around as much. And it's not like I didn't see him at all. It's just I wasn't around as much. And then if I'm even a little more honest, I would like make plans to get him, and his dad would tell him, and then chaos or whatever would happen, and then I would cancel or however it went. And if I'm honest, I don't fully remember. So it could have been that I just didn't show up, or I'm not 100%
I mean, it was
sure.
It was like it was one time you didn't show up. I was mad, but then I was like, I mean, you called me that night, like you made sure you saw me on holidays, my birthdays, 4th of July. So I can't say I had like a rough life because most people, like most kids, they go without seeing their parents, and this is what I'm starting to notice. Like this is with me as well. If you have both your parents in your life and you could plan your life as hard, I think that's a lie. Because I could sit here and say my life is hard, but truth be told, at the end of the day, both of my parents, rather who did it the most, they made sure I was taken care of. They made sure I graduated high school. And most kids don't. Most kids don't like say. Most kids don't go through that where they can say, "Oh, both my parents." Because even though I was laughing at the graduation, you don't. This is funny because when I walk past, I'm like, okay, maybe they gonna be sitting next to each other. You over here, and he's right behind me, so I'm like, I gotta look 2 areas to wave at both y'all when I get my diplomas and stuff. Like, hey,
That's funny.
So it's just like, yeah.
But no, and so it's kind of like what I realized though is that generational curses just mean that he's not experiencing it to the severity that I experienced it. And then for some stuff they may never go through it. So I'm not saying there's one way, but I used to think there was one way that I could break a generational curse, and it to me it meant I don't want my kids to go through it. And then when my youngest went through something very similar to me, like I was angry because I'm just like, but what I'm seeing is she's not carrying it, and she's not going to be carrying it as long into, I'm 40 still, like, and there's a show coming up that's going to kind of go into this more, but I'm just realizing that as a 40-year-old adult, like, yes, I've been single for a long time, but when I started really thinking about that, because I started getting back into online dating world or whatever, I don't you roll your eyes, but part of it sometimes be boredom because it's like, and then it's like I don't go anywhere, I don't do anything. The only people I interact with is like podcasters or other creatives, and it's kind of like I don't really want to mix that with relationships because that's just a different lane, and I want whoever I'm with it to kind of be like separate from that, you know what I'm saying? And so there's that, and so I just got back into it or whatever, and like nothing obviously has happened because I don't have anything to tell y'all. I'm having, I guess we'll say, some conversations or whatever, but I mean nothing that as of the time of this recording I haven't gone on any dates or anything like that. But I started thinking about how I don't even know what it looks like to date, especially as an adult, because that's never been a thing that I've done. And we're not even about to get into that on here at all right now.
No.
But my whole point, though, is that there are things that I'm just now learning about what's healthy, about boundaries. And I've kind of talked about that stuff on here. And so it's kind of like through that song, I don't know, it just did more for me than I really even thought it would do, because I really didn't know what it was going to be about and whatever. And so I guess I'll just ask, what even made you write that song, since you said you was going to break down whatever.
All right, so, and I could tell them this gonna be another song I'm gonna tell them about too. All right, to be honest, when I wrote this song, I was like, I don't see too many artists like appreciating like their parents. Like it's like, you know what I'm saying? Not like that, like, oh, I don't appreciate my mama, she didn't do nothing for me. But like I never seen artists like make a song about their parent. So when I made this song, I wrote this song prior to my brother passing, Drew. He passed in January of last month. So I made
Of last month.
yeah.
You mean I'm sorry. Hey, they do it to me. When I mess up, they be on me. So you know what I'm saying? Like, they get my pettiness, and that's why I'll accept some of their pettiness respectfully, of course. But you mean last month?
Last month, yeah. So like I wrote this song. I was just like, shout out to my sis Alicia. She probably gonna watch this. I don't know. I think she said she tuned into your stream, your podcast one day.
Oh, that's what's up. Shout out to her.
Yeah. And she's like, she just kept telling me, she was like, what do you, because I was walking back and forth and like I just had it in my head. So I'm like, I gotta write this song down. So everything like I wrote down, like I meant it. Like I don't never want to be like that artist where I'm like trying to be the same as everybody. I'm different. Like I'm trying to be different and stuff. So then I wrote this.
You've always been a different kid though. Yeah. Like you've always kind of been that way.
So I wrote this song like 2 weeks after his death and stuff. So I was just sitting here, and it took me a while to record it because I couldn't find the right beat for it.
So you wrote it before you. So you write before you have the beat.
Yeah, I had that song written for about like 2 months, and I'm just now releasing it now. So I had that song written for 2 months, just sitting there, and I just found the beat. And I'm like, I could make this one work.
So you just wanted so basically you wanted to do something different, and that's what kind of led to that.
Yeah, and like when I did the song, usually like songs I don't listen to them like that. Like I listen to half of it, do like a little snippet of it, post it on my Instagram. You feel me? And then I'll go on by my day and record another song. This one in particular, I had to listen to like fully. Like I listened to it and I'm like, wow, like. And she didn't hear about this. She didn't hear this song at all.
Nope, I didn't know nothing about it. I found out on the internet with the rest of the world.
I was gonna send her like a little link, but I was just bored one day, and I'm like, I know I can't release the song yet because it's for a certain reason. Can I talk about that yet, or you want me to wait for that part?
What's the reason? I mean, just which part? What are you pointing to? Oh, I don't talk about what you want to talk about. Oh. It's your music.
All right, bet. I could tell this now because I could break it down to y'all. I'm releasing my first album on March 1st of this year. Not next year. This year. It's called like Lost Ways. Like, because before, like, I was lost in like so many different ways. So like the name just stuck out to me. So
yeah, as I've listened to some of your songs, it's interesting because we talk a lot, and you've talked to me about frustrations you've had and different things like that. But just it's interesting how much I'm learning about you because of the type of music that you're writing and because of the stuff you're writing and whatever about. And it's interesting because I hear, you talked about struggling. I don't remember how you worded it, but something about wanting to commit suicide or stuff like that.
Yeah, like I was. It was a time where I was going through like deep, like she don't even know this. Like this is like you really finna be shot. It was a time where like I was going through like some deep, dark depression. Like this was when I was in high school. Like I was sitting here trying to figure out what I was gonna do. I didn't know if I was gonna graduate because I was too busy trying to focus on sports. But at the same time, I was working in high school. So people say they got it easy. I want y'all to imagine going to high school, going to football practice, and then you got to go to work on top of that and make sure your grades is cool. Some people be like, oh, I can do that in my sleep. You try being in a household with siblings where they need your help with homework, and then you tell me how that feels. So I went through like that, and I said that in the song as well.
And let me clarify real quick. That's not over here. Like that wasn't over here that he was helping. And what I'll say real quick to your point about people, it's kind of like why I say things on here like be kind, or man, today I had a scenario where if I didn't respond kindly and then finding out what the person, and I wasn't like upset about what happened, and I'm not going to go into details, but something happened where I could have been disappointed about what somebody did, but the reasons that I thought they were doing it for, I understood. But then when I found out the real reason why they did it, I'm grateful that I didn't respond negatively, because in that moment they wouldn't have been able to handle that. You know what I'm saying? And so I struggle when people try to say, oh, well, this is easy for me, so it should be easy for you. You don't know whoever, or they don't know you, and like just struggles you've had to overcome or whatever.
Like, like for example, like I could really say this. It's been people like when I was little, I never thought I would see myself where I am today. Like I could really sit here and say that because people thought it's like I'm not even gonna say the names because y'all saying this, it motivated me to prove y'all wrong. It's some people who said I wouldn't even make it to 21. It's some people who said I would make it to 21 without having kids. I'm 21. I graduated high school. I have no children.
Nope.
Don't plan on having kids no time soon because they're a lot.
I told my kids I don't have to be a grandma. Like I'm not one of them moms that's like, oh, I want to be a grandma. I will.
Only way you'll get a grandchild is if I'm married.
I'll babysit. I'll serve in a nursery at church. I'll do something else if I want to hold a baby or whatever. Like there's so many people having kids, but this world is crazy. So I'll be telling my kids like, hey, you get married, you don't have to. I mean, but if you want to, of course, do. But don't be thinking I'm one of those. Where my grandkids at? I ain't even tripping. But you were saying that you had, and see the part about the deep dark depression. I didn't know that. You know what I'm saying? I'm listening to this album like, damn.
Like I'm telling you, like with this album, people be like, oh, I wanted to give y'all like how my feel is on reality because I ain't always had a perfect life. Like the deep dark depression, I just let all of it out into this album, and it comes out March 1st on all platforms. It's gonna be on Apple, Spotify, and YouTube as well. So if y'all want to help me, I want y'all on March 1st, 12 o'clock p.m. I want y'all to go stream that. Also, this is not even like the topic of the songs. I'm dropping a I gotta put this. I'm doing a Throw Baby remix. And it's dropping tonight at midnight because all y'all know is tomorrow's Valentine's Day. So happy Valentine's Day to all like the beautiful couples and stuff. But I wanted to I love y'all. Y'all inspire me.
What is Throw Baby? No, you know what? We're gonna move on from Throw Baby because I'm pretty sure I probably don't want to know.
You probably heard the song multiple times, but it's dropping tonight on my SoundCloud and on my YouTube as well.
So by the time y'all hear this, it will have dropped already.
Yeah, and also, and I have another album coming, but I'm gonna drop it in the summer.
All right. So what I'm gonna do is I'm going to put your Twitter. If y'all wanna follow him, or if y'all wanna he has his YouTube link on his Twitter, but I'm gonna have the link to his YouTube and his SoundCloud and his Twitter in the episode notes if you wanna support, or some of y'all that just want to be nosy. It is what it is. He getting streams regardless, so it is what it is. But
because and it's sad to say this. This is coming from me because I'm young, but I mean, I don't expect to have that much support in Omaha because we don't get that much support because our city is like something wrong with y'all.
So and we could talk more about this offline because I've talked about this on here. How shout out to all the podcasters out there. Like, as I'm doing this longer, and I guess people are seeing, oh, this is what she's really doing, or I had the karaoke show and they're trying to maybe figure out what I'm doing, or I'm doing different things like movie reviews or whatever. I'm noticing that more people that are not podcasters that I know are responding to what I'm doing, or texting me, or messaging me or whatever. But when I started, nobody, you know what I'm saying? And so my encouragement to you with that is use that as motivation for two things. One, network like you have been. Like, I know you've been getting on Clubhouse, and I know you've been doing different stuff like that. Continue to network in that way. Twitter's a good networking place. But then also, what the reason why I'm so willing to retweet people's stuff, or whatever ways I feel like I could support, that's realistic, because some people do things that I'm not going to do. Like, there are people who on those podcast recommendation tweets on Twitter, people will tag me. Like, a few people are like my main people that tag me in that, and I appreciate it. But I can't do that. Why? Because I know so many people that I want to recommend, and I'm the kind of person that I feel bad if I leave people out. And you could tell on here when I'm like, if I left you out, da 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 da, because it's like I care. So for me, that just, and it may seem like, why is it such a big deal? Well, it's who I am as a person. That's how I am in all things. I don't like to do recommendations, or if it's something more specific, like, what's the last podcast you listened to, or the last three, or whatever. But what I do is when I listen to your show, I tweet at you, and I tweet the episode link so that somebody else can listen. And so that's how I show support. But I learn a lot of different things from other podcasters. So that's just my encouragement to you with that. And when you get to that point of you have more, I guess, even if it's just followers, because followers don't always mean listeners. But what I see from you is that you have more support from people that because you're friends. Like how you told me your friend was like, oh, can you send me the song early or whatever? And so, stuff like that. But also, you support people when you, like, the knowledge you get, like me telling you, oh, this is how I do my episode covers with this. And I would do that with anybody. Like, people will DM me and say, oh, what are you using to create your promo videos? Or what platform are you recording on? Or how did you do this? How did you do that? If you ask me, I'm going to tell you. Like, anybody who, I don't always reach out to everybody like that, because that's just me. But if anybody reaches out to me, I always respond. Approachable or whatever, and whatever knowledge I have, I will try to help you or try to point you in that direction. And so that's my encouragement to you, since you see how frustrating it is not to have support, because that's why I do that, because I didn't have support. So that's my encouragement to you.
And it's like, I look at doing music is like this. And to be honest with you, I don't expect to get famous after this. I don't expect to, like, you know what I'm saying? I don't ever, like, I put my all into this, but I do it because it's something I have a passion for. Later on down the line, if I get noticed by somebody and they want to make me sign with them, I'm going to do that. But until then, I'm just doing music because this is what I like to do. Like I don't like they'll tell you I'll try to do I'll do songs with people for free. I'm trying to do a free concert this summer.
We'll see. We'll see with that. And when I encourage you, that's why I always tell you, like, that's why I always say it like, I'm glad you have a creative outlet because I've always seen that's important for you. Even I've seen you get into drawing and stuff like that. But because I know how therapeutic this show, my blog, and etc. are for me, and just the different ways that I can be creative, and I see that same thing in you, down to you wanting to create, like you do it all just like I do, you know what I'm saying? And so
Write my
that's
own
why,
lyrics, find my own pictures.
yeah, that's why I encourage you the way that I do though, and say, yeah, just keep, I always make it more about a creative outlet. Whatever happens with that, cool. You know what I'm saying? Like what you pour into is gonna continue to grow in some kind of way, even if it's just you grow as a rapper who you're just passionate about it. But then if whatever happens with that, just like I say, I mean, if it happens to be that something happens to where somehow I'm doing all this full time, excuse me, cool, cool. But if that doesn't happen, I'ma still put my all into it regardless because this is a representation of me. So we're gonna go ahead and get up out of here. Like I said, I'm going to have the links to his stuff in the episode notes if you want to be nosy, if you want to support, if you want
I
to
want y'all to
whatever.
be nosy. Go ahead, please. It gives
Yeah,
me more streams.
of course. Be nosy. You'll see the growth process. Like you could just see as he's whatever. This just started within the last few months, so it's just cool
Like-
to see just how the internet allows people to just get their stuff out there. Kind of like with podcasting, you know what I'm saying? But like I said, we're gonna go ahead and get out of here. So thank y'all so much for tuning in. I appreciate y'all.
And
Huh?
this is also this is for like, let's say if you like a person in my position, like you want to do music and you don't have no money for. I'm gonna tell you the most simple thing ever. It's a free app. You could do this for Android, all that. It's called BandLab. My Instagram, well, not my Instagram, my SoundCloud. If y'all are trying to reach me, my SoundCloud and Twitter is in her thing. I could literally will help you use this app.
It's called what?
It's called BandLab.
BandLab.
You could literally take some headphones and take a beat that you do use, and you could do this all on your phone. That is what I have been doing. I record all my songs on my phone, all that.
You got to start somewhere. In so many.
Look at Drake, for example. He was recording out of a bathroom.
In so many ways, that's where I see in his creative grind. I mean, there's other ways that were similar, but for sure his creative grind, because it's kind of like I started with my phone and a little like mic that I plugged into my iPhone. And so, and then now I'm I've progressed since then, but there's even still that I want to grow, you know what I'm saying, and stuff I want to get or whatever. But
like a green screen or something, like you could have.
I have a green screen.
Oh, you could set
I
that
don't
up.
I don't like that. I had one. If you look at like some of my first YouTube videos that you could see me, I had a green blue screen, and I used to record that way, but I like this better because it's Tamra till the break of dawn, so it feels more personal. If people could somewhat see my surroundings, but I didn't want people to be able to see my room all like that since this is on the YouTube, you feel me? But like I said, thank y'all so much. Again, this is me, of course. Y'all know me. I'm Tamra. This is my son, DeVaun. Thank y'all so much for checking us out, listening to all this. But also, as always, make sure you take care of your mental and emotional health, whatever ways you're doing that. To just, the world has a lot of negativity, so pour as much positivity in yourself as possible. Make sure you're taking care of yourself physically, because you only have one body. You got to be able to make it do what it do. Spiritually, we are all emotional, mental, physical, spiritual beings. Make sure all of that is healthy. You know what I'm saying?
And if there's anybody that would like to, coach me, I'm not saying you could be my manager or something like that, because I'll choose my mama over y'all any day. But if there's anybody out there that would love to collab with me or, walk me through everything, I'm most definitely into taking advice, because I want to get better as a person. So I'm not trying to be like these artists where I'm saying, I don't need you, man. I can do this on my own. Y'all be lying.
All right. But, so yeah, definitely, like I said, his Twitter and stuff will be in the episode notes. We are ending now.
Y'all have a good rest of your day.
Because I let you, I told him be him. So this is how, you know what I'm saying? Bye, DeVaun. We're gonna go. We're not
stream my album and go stream my Thug Baby remix.
We're not doing no more. Okay. Bye. Yes, okay. Bye.
Ladies and gents, this concludes transmission. Tune in next time for a whole new edition. Another adventure and mission to share, be heard, and clarify the vision of this whole new world for